Move over longtime politicians. Business owners are now taking over the Capitol. Good evening, everyone. I'm Shelton Dotson.
And I'm Patricia Maese. President-elect Donald Trump nominated a considerably large number of leaders from the business world to his cabinet. CBS 4 at 5:30's Ashley Claster is live to show us why El Paso Mayor Oscar Leeser thinks business-driven leadership is working here locally.
With his cabinet nominations nearly final, President-elect Trump's administration could be one of the wealthiest in American history. The El Paso County Republican Party tells me that's because nearly 60% of his picks have a business background. Several of them have a big net worth as well. Trump has repeatedly said how, much like himself, company executives can use their business experience to run the country. El Paso Mayor Oscar Leeser says his business background has absolutely helped in his career. Leeser owns the largest Hyundai store in the state of Texas, right here in El Paso. He says the knowledge of running a business makes a big difference in his leadership and decision making.
I can talk to things that I've been able to do to grow my business within our community. And when you talk to companies that are coming to El Paso, they want to know how they can grow their business, how they can invest within our community and continue to grow.
Leeser also says his business experience helps him while planning projects with taxpayer dollars that are 2 or 3 years in the future. He says he knows how to balance the city budget and use your money wisely. Mayor Leeser tells me that one of the most rewarding things in his life has been the opportunity to take his business experience and run a city. Reporting live in studio, Ashley Claster, CBS 4 at 5:30.
It's another critical day for the Trump transition as several key cabinet nominees face some tough questions on Capitol Hill. CBS 4 at 5:30, Scott McLean breaks it all down from Washington.
Mike Pompeo is walking a fine line, maintaining the trust of both the intelligence community and the president-elect. The congressman from Kansas faced tough questions on Capitol Hill, the big concern on both sides of the aisle,
Vladimir Putin and the Russians.
Russia's interference in the U.S. election.
It's pretty clear about what took place here, about Russian involvement in efforts to hack information and to have an impact on American democracy.
Pompeo's confirmation hearing kicked off less than 24 hours after Donald Trump once again expressed doubt in U.S. intelligence agencies.
Who knows?
Calling into question their ability to prevent leaks.
I have many meetings with intelligence, and every time I meet, people are reading about it. Somebody's leaking it out.
Trump's criticism putting Pompeo in an uncomfortable position.
This intelligence must represent the best judgment of the CIA, whether or not that analysis is in agreement with the views of the president.
When I take the great work that these men and women put their lives at risk to develop, and I deliver that to every policymaker in a way that is straight up and forward, and I commit to doing that with you and with the president-elect.
Pompeo at times contradicted Trump's campaign rhetoric, including Trump's initial promise to bring back waterboarding.
If you were ordered by the president to restart the CIA's use of enhanced interrogation techniques, would you comply?
Senator, absolutely not. Moreover, I can't imagine that I would be asked that by the president-elect or then president.
That was Scott McLean reporting. Meantime, in other news today, it's another day of spring-like temperatures and sunshine for the borderline. Getting a live look right now around the area. Beautiful skies, some cloud cover there. Not affecting our temperatures today, still above average. Winds are calm. There is change on the horizon. Taking a look at what's happening across the country. We are still way above average compared to other parts of the country, but eventually weather out on the west coast is going to affect us. Meantime, right now, 64 at the El Paso airport, 58 in Las Cruces. Cloud cover pushing in, the beginning of change. I'll talk more about that coming up in your full forecast. Shelton.
We have some new information on that Las Cruces shooting we brought to you as breaking news yesterday at this very hour. It happened around 4:30 p.m. at the intersection of Don Rozier and Missouri. That's where police say the driver of a white pickup truck opened fire on a 23-year-old man who was a passenger inside of a white Camaro. He was hit at least once and then dropped off at the hospital nearby Memorial Medical Center. Police say that he will survive the gunshot wound. They also say he's not cooperating with investigators. So detectives still need to find the gunman/driver of that pickup truck. If you have information in this case, call the Las Cruces Police Department 575-526-0795.
Two El Paso men are facing long prison sentences after pleading guilty to trafficking cocaine. Ever Omar Valdez and Javier Cruz both pled guilty in a Las Cruces federal court yesterday. The charges stem from a seizure at a Border Patrol checkpoint near Alamogordo last October. Border Patrol agents found 6 kilos of cocaine inside their car. The drugs were hidden in the car's rear bumper. Both men could serve anywhere from 10 years to life in prison.
Two of the bigger forms of transportation we have a really big collision in Socorro this morning. A freight train tore right through the front of a semi-truck around 8 a.m. there on Moon Road, not far from Waco Elementary School. Police say the driver of the 18-wheeler was trying to beat the Union Pacific train across the tracks. The driver was able to jump out of the cab just before the train plowed into it. No injuries have been reported.
Las Cruces police are looking for 2 men accused of robbing a fast food delivery man at gunpoint. It happened last night at the parking lot of the Sierra Verde apartments on Idaho. Police say a Jimmy John's employee made a delivery. The man was walking to his car when the suspects allegedly approached him. Police say the men demanded money. One was armed with a handgun. The employee wasn't injured. Police describe the suspects as Hispanic, and if you have any information on their identities or the robbery, please call Las Cruces Police.
Well, you might see more law enforcement out on the streets today. That's because Texas DPS, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office, and the local police department are teaming up for a 3-day traffic enforcement operation. Hope is to reduce the number of crashes all throughout the county, especially on the weekends when people tend to stay out a little bit later and sometimes get behind the wheel when they shouldn't. The operation will wrap up on Saturday. Just ahead, a low supply, the event that is happening outside of the borderland that is leading to a shortage of blood right here in El Paso. Plus information on the biggest blood drive of the year.
The right game plan. We'll see if UTEP can finally end its long losing streak tonight.
You know, they're fighting for our country. They should be able to express themselves however they'd like.
The policy change on tattoos the Air Force has just put down in ink. Our call for service report is next on CBS 4 at 5:30. Well, the United States Air Force is now following the Army's lead by relaxing its policy on tattoos. The Air Force says about half of the people who walk into recruiting offices have tattoos. However, 1 out of 5 of them are automatically disqualified because of the tattoos that they do have. Either they have too many or they're extended too far down their arms. But now with this policy change, one Texas tattoo artist expects his business to pick way up.
So pretty much anytime they need more recruits, they seem to relax the policies a little bit more. And, you know, we get a huge influx of people that are getting tattoos while those policies are that way.
Now, the new rules will allow tattoos on the chest, back, arms, and legs. However, tattoos anywhere from the neck up, those will still not be allowed.
And it might be bright and sunny right here in the borderland, but severe weather up north is causing a blood shortage. United Blood Services says they're in urgent need of blood donations. UBS says it's critical to keep the blood supply flowing. Right now, here's what they need the most.
We're particularly low on O negative, which is the kind of blood that everyone can use, and so we're really needing donors to come out.
Starting tomorrow, UBS will have a blood drive for the next 4 days at the Bartlett Harley-Davidson of El Paso. That's on I-10 in Lomaland. Their goal is 1,500 blood donations. And the U.S. now has more cases of the mumps than it's had in the last decade. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, there are more than 5,000 cases across the country. Mumps typically start with a fever, headache, muscle aches, tiredness, or loss of appetite. The most recognizable feature are puffy cheeks and a swollen jaw. Health officials recommend children get 2 doses of the MMR vaccine to protect against mumps, measles, and rubella. Mumps is typically spread by saliva and mucus, and it can cause complications in adults. Now, since it is a virus, it doesn't respond to antibiotics. Doctors generally recommend over-the-counter pain relievers and lots of bed rest. 3 borderland schools are being recognized as some of the very best in the country. 2 are out of the El Paso Independent School District, Dr. Green Elementary and Maxine Silva Health Magnet High School. They have been nominated for the 2017 National Blue Ribbon Award. Valle Verde Early College High School out of the Asada District has also been nominated. In fact, only 26 schools in the entire state of Texas have been nominated. El Paso has 3. The award will be handed out by the U.S. Department of Education. The winners will be announced come this September. Still to come tonight, the Texas two-step dancing all the way to Washington, D.C. The connection one Texas band has to Donald Trump
that has these high schoolers playing at his inauguration.
And the sunshine obscured by some clouds there. Nonetheless, short sleeve temperatures continue. Did we hit a record today, and when it will start to feel more like winter? You're watching CBS 4 at 5:30. Temperature slowly starting to drop. Yesterday we hit 70 degrees, 66 the high so far, 57 is the average record, 72. So not quite a record today, but still warmer. Right now at the airport, 64, 58 in Las Cruces. Cold front eventually going to push in, but right now we're still sitting under high pressure, keeping us comfortable, nice and dry. High pressure there. You do see the clouds beginning to push in. It's not translating into rain showers though. However, on the Pacific, this is our next storm system as it heads south and east. Eventually, what it will do for us is drop our temperatures and also strong chance for showers starting tomorrow night. Saturday, we're looking at about a 70% chance for rain showers, dissipating on Sunday, but still a chance for rain. So if you have outdoor plans, it's going to be much cooler and wetter with some windy conditions as well. There you see that moisture in California, snow showers in Nevada as well, parts of northern Arizona, even New Mexico. For us, we're seeing the cloud cover as a sign that eventually things are going to change, that change beginning tomorrow. Taking a look at futurecast, that you see some of that moisture. Really, the bulk of it is going to happen on Saturday afternoon into the evening, and Sunday as well. As I said, strong chance for storm showers, cooling us back down to even below average temperatures. Okay, for tonight, meantime, we're still staying above average for your overnights and your early mornings. 40 degrees, cloudy conditions with some breezes, winds out of the southeast. And in Las Cruces, 39 degrees, also cloudy conditions with some breezes. And then your next 48 hours for El Paso and Las Cruces. Storms beginning to move in. Another chance that we could hit 70 degrees tomorrow, a little bit cooler on Saturday, putting a 70% chance for rain showers in your forecast. They're going to arrive first in Las Cruces with 68 degrees, 63 on Saturday. Overnight lows staying in the 40s. Lou.